Welcome back to Open House with Gerry Cornejo. Our topic is P.E.T, P.E.T, the Philippine Exchange Training Program. And this is between the San Francisco Police Department and the PNP. But now, other departments have joined in for the very first time. And our guests are Special Agent Lawrence Lagarejos and Chief June Crisolo. James to, di ba?
James.
Okay, and of course, my co-host, Lieutenant Eric Kema, will introduce them formally and the work that they do for the departments. Please, Eric, Lieutenant Eric.
Seated to my left is Chief Jim Crisolo. He has just been elevated and promoted to the rank of chief. He was deputy chief prior, and he represents the office of the San Francisco District Attorney in the Investigations Bureau. Seated to his left is Special Agent Lawrence Lagarejos. He's with the Bureau of Narcotic Enforcement, Department of Justice.
Okay, so with that we start with special. So let's start with the special guy first.
Sounds good to me,
okay.
sir.
Special Agent Lawrence Lagarejo. Sir, do you have any Filipino blood or Puerto Rican, I think, or?
Yes, sir. My father is from Lian, Batangas.
Oh, okay.
He is Filipino Samoan, but he was raised here in the Philippines, in Batangas. My mother is Puerto Rican.
Okay.
I was born in New York, but I was raised in Puerto Rico and in Samoa. I went to high school in Samoa. Then I came over here to the Philippines and fell in love with it.
Are you a boxing fan, by the way?
Yes, sir.
Whatever happened to Teofilo Stevenson?
The Cuban boxer?
Yeah.
You know what, sir? I don't know exactly. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, because every time I talk to a boxing fan, because I thought he would go professional and one day become the heavyweight champion of the world.
No, the only person I follow now is Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, he's the best.
Yes.
Yeah. I used to spar with the guy.
Oh, really?
Okay. So anyway, Special Agent Lagarejos, what is it exactly that you do? What is your specialty?
Well, I work for the California Department of Justice Bureau of Narcotics Enforcement. I'm assigned to the Major Crimes and Violence Unit. What we basically do is investigate narcotics trafficking at the state level or the federal level.
Okay.
They may be major narcotics traffickers or individuals that use violence to continue their criminal enterprise. So that's what we target.
So how does your area of responsibility, which would be the San Francisco area and also the state of California.
Yes.
How would that? How is the drug situation today, or the drug use situation there compared to the rest of the USA?
Well, it's in California. We've had a surge in marijuana cultivation by the Mexican drug trafficking organizations that are using our public lands to grow marijuana. We also have an increase in what we call indoor grows, where organized crime groups are using beautiful homes as cover for grows of marijuana.
Hydroponics,
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We're also experiencing a bit of a surge in ecstasy. When I noticed that earlier today we went to the PDEA,
right,
and very similar problems that you're experiencing here in the Philippines, we are also experiencing in California.
But in California, you have the legal marijuana, the medical marijuana.
Yes, sir.
And
215.
Is this only in California, or this is not in the whole USA, the medical marijuana?
No, but every state is making an effort to try to legalize marijuana, and there's active move to make sure that doesn't happen. Unfortunately, in California it was passed, but there are still efforts, because now that they've done the marijuana, they're trying to legalize all drugs.
Okay. Now, sir, may I ask you this, Special Agent Lawrence Lagarejos, are you for the legalization of marijuana?
No, sir, I'm not. That is my personal opinion, and I understand also my department is strictly against that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I guess, what can I say, right, Eric?
I say follow the law.
Follow the law.
Follow the law.
Of course. Duralex, Pyrex. The law is hard, but it's breakable.
It's breakable.
And there's one more I saw in the You'd be more familiar with this. I mean, Duralex said Lex is the official thing. The law is hard, but it is the law. But, you know, the Duralex Pandex. The law is hard, but you can stretch it. So we've put too much pressure on Special Agent Legarda here in marijuana. Because right beside him is a prosecutor. Is a prosecutor by nature.
Investigation.
Investigation. Okay.
Yes.
Now that is Chief Jim Crisolo. Sir, what exactly is your job description?
Well, Gerry, I've worked for the District Attorney's Office in San Francisco for District Attorney Kamala Harris, and I'm the Chief of the Investigative Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
We investigate all of the cases that are brought to us by the police department and bring it, hopefully, to a successful conclusion in trial.
Okay, and what is, oh no, it's not with the SFPD, right? I mean, you see or works closely. What is your, how do you interact with the SFPD?
Yes, it's primarily with the SFPD.
Oh, okay. You're
Because
an organic member of the SFPD?
No,
Oh,
we're
okay.
a separate. We're a separate entity.
Okay.
The District Attorney's Office is a separate entity from the police department.
Mm-hmm.
But we prosecute the cases. They make the arrests. We prosecute the cases. But we also will initiate arrests on our own also, because our investigators are all peace officers in California.
You know, Chief Jim Crisolo here and I are more or less at the same generation. I mean, I'm privy to your age. So, and it was during our youth that the marijuana thing came about, with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and all that. And of course, and where they are, by the way, San Francisco, that's where the hippie movement started, Hate Ashbury.
That's right.
Summer of Love.
Right. So, are there, can I ask you if you are for the legalization of marijuana?
I can only give you my personal position. And
Yes, personal, not official.
Yes,
Okay.
and I personally am against it.
Mhm. Why?
I just think that despite all the arguments, in my own personal observations, that sometimes people who are unable to control their actions go on to other types of activities.
So it's enough that you have legal alcohol, so why add something else to the mix which would aggravate the situation? Am I right? Yeah, more or less.
I'd agree.
Yes, yeah.
But what do you say? Let me ask you this, Lieutenant Eric. I don't know if you'd like to talk about this, but is there wide use of drugs in the Bay Area? I mean, as far as you know.
Yes, there is.
There is.
There is.
Mostly marijuana, ecstasy, as Special Agent Lawrence was saying.
I'd say it's a variety of drugs. It includes methamphetamine, it includes marijuana, it includes ice and still heroin
Okay.
and cocaine.
All right. And so how does it compare to the rest of the states? Like, what is the most, what is the state with the highest drug use? Would you have statistics like that?
No, actually, I'm sorry. Actually, I don't have statistics for that. I do know that we have, in California, one of the most abused drugs is methamphetamine. And there's also some problems with diverted drugs, which are legally obtained by patients,
Right.
but then are misused by other individuals.
Like diazepam and stuff, yeah.
Oxycontin.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, now let me ask Chief Jim Crisolo, because we're running out of time here, and I'd like to know what has been your most memorable experience during this trip and the activities you've gone through so far?
I mean, besides this interview?
Besides this interview.
Oh, gee. Going to the Philippine National Police Academy, watching their cadets, that was very, very memorable to see the rigorous training that they go through, the discipline, the respect that they show each other. that was, it just stays with me right now. And going to St. Mary's Boys Town,